There are more than 500 million American Indian and Alaskan Natives in the United States. That's according to the National Congress of American Indians. KIMT News 3's Annalise Johnson joins us live in the Rochester studio to tell us about an effort underway to help our area recognize them. Annalise?
Amy, the first Indigenous Peoples Day was held in 1989 in South Dakota. It's a day to honor Native people, their history, and their culture. Minnesota's history begins with American Indians, including right here in Rochester, where the Dakota Sioux gave up this area of land to Minnesota. To help preserve that history and honor the contributions of Native peoples, today at Indian Heights Park in Rochester, Mayor Brede proclaimed November 21st Indigenous Peoples Day for the fourth year in a row. A Prairie Island Indian community member sang as community members gathered in a circle at Indian Heights Park. First,
have good thoughts, prayers in your mind and heart.
The circle was smudged, a process of cleansing and blessing by burning herbs. And then Mayor Ardell Brede proclaimed today Indigenous Peoples Day here in Rochester.
Rochester recognizes the historic, cultural, and contemporary contributions and significance of Indigenous people.
Members of the American Indian community shared words.
I would like to honor and thank them.
Betty Smith became emotional, speaking about her and her sister Shirley Grising's ancestors.
I feel like their spirit's coming through me.
Don Bowraker says while we don't need to dwell on the past, people can honor Native Americans by being thankful this holiday season for what we have in the present.
And one way to remember is the foods you're eating, right? Turkey's indigenous, potatoes are indigenous, but being thankful every single day for being with family.
Smith says she is part American Indian and part Scandinavian.
I would also like to pray for those relatives.
And while today was about honoring and remembering the suffering of the Indigenous people,
We pray for our children that they may know healing.
it was also about forgiveness.
I think I'm very thankful that I was able to forgive.
Your authority.
And it's just part, you have to forgive in order to go on. You can't hang on to that. You can't help your people if you've got anger and hurt.
I reached out to Mayor-elect Kim Norton, and she tells me that she is more than happy for Rochester to continue to recognize Indigenous Peoples Day and will be working to find a date and a way to do so. Live in the Rochester studio, Annalise Johnson, KIMT News 3.
Thank you, Annalise. Although Mayor Brede will no longer be Rochester's mayor next year, he says he wants to continue to be a part of Indigenous Peoples Day.